Couple more people coming in that I gotta accept. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Today's class is building agent website landing pages. For those here today that haven't even looked at doing their agent website yet, and haven't looked at having that first step of an agent site live before adding additional landing pages and single URL pages, I'm going to run through the agent site page really quickly. It is going to be quick because I do want to focus on landing pages since that's the main topic of today's class. So to get started, everything is located in Command. Once you get into Command, your agent site tab is the very last one on the left-hand side. Kind of looks like a little calendar or web page down here. And when you click into your agent site page, you will actually have two toggles at the very top. You'll have the landing pages site and your agent site pages. So as I stated, let's go through agent site pages really quickly. If you click here on the agent site pages, you will either have one of two things here. If you have configured your agent website already, you'll have this that says C to configure agent site here, or you'll have your configure your site right here that you haven't done anything yet. So either way, you want to click on configure your site. And it's going to bring up this page. It's going to ask, who do you want to host your website? 99.9% of us will want this very first option of, I want to use the KW agent site. And you'll submit. And then you'll run through a Kelly guide. Kelly guide will let you choose your domain, your theme and styling, and your page creations. So let's go ahead and get started right quick on that. This is actually a disclaimer for compliance reminder. It does remind you that what the compliance requirements are on your website. You must have an inclusion of the Market Center Brokerage DBA logo, which is the DFW preferred logo. If you don't have that and have not downloaded that to your computer, there is a link right here that says click here to find your approved Market Center Brokerage DBA logo. And you can click here and download that logo. You must have the inclusion of your owner's statement, which is your IABS on your legal web footer, and must be in compliance with local board commission laws and rules. Most of us know what those are. If you have any questions, you can come and ask me or Liz on compliance. And if there's anything additional that you need to have on your website, ours is actually.
What?
I'm sorry.
I'm on my phone.
Yes. Who is this? Oh, I've
Got my command up.
somebody's on an iPhone that's not muted. I'll just mute them. Okay, so going back to compliance, again, this is just a acknowledgement that if you do publish a website that is outside track compliance, you can be personally held responsible, and that Keller Williams International is not responsible for verifying the accuracy of the website branding. So you just acknowledge and continue here. Excuse me. So the first one is picking your subdomain. So after you choose your subdomain, take time to complete your market profile. Here's your subdomain. And my subdomain is currently at chumley.kw.com. I can confirm that domain, or I can come in here and I can change this domain. If I do change this domain, I do want to let everybody know that you will release the domain. So if I wanted to play around with my domain and change it from Christy Chumley to, and then confirm that, Chumley would be released to other agents that can claim it until I came back and changed it again if it was still available. So if you are playing around with your subdomains and what you want your domain to be, make sure that you are really serious before releasing it, especially if you have a common name or something where an agent can come in and take it from you. It also tells you here what the requirements are for the subdomain. And your marketing profile. This is just your basic information. This will actually feed over from your marketing profile that you filled out in Command. If you don't have all of this in Command, you can enter it here. Continue to save and continue. And actually, I do need to change this. So I have my links in here for my legal footers. One is actually supposed to be a title. The second is going to be your link. And zoom this over here. Things open. I can change it at another point. But right here, you would put title of your information about brokerage services or IABS, and then your link to your IABS, whether you have that out on your Google Drive, you have that on Dropbox or another site. Legal footage image, that is actually new, and I'm not sure what goes in there. I'm sure if you had, you can put your fair housing imagery in here, your real estate imagery to go onto your footer. So I do have my pictures up here. I do have a KW logo, but I did this on purpose. This is not track compliant. To have a KW logo, you must have your DBA Market Center logo. So if you do have a KW logo up here, make sure that you're going out and finding the DFW preferred Market Center logo and changing that in here. It also has the recommended sizes of the 360 by 360 that the logo does need to be. Again, I have my social media coming in here from my marketing profile in Command. Save and continue. Again, you can change a theme, red theme or dark theme. There's not much difference. Your dark theme mainly changes your KW dark, changes a couple of your pictures, but I do prefer the red theme. Here you can, your homepage text, you can find, type whatever you want to appear here, whether that be find your dream home or let's find your new home. If you have a tagline for your business, that's also a great place for this to go. Uploading your homepage hero images. There will be 5 pictures that are downloaded that are standard stock photos. If you do wish to change those out, you can change those to imaging that you have, that you own. If there's maybe something that's Texas specific or specific to a area that you do, like Fort Worth, if you wanted to do maybe stock show, Fort Worth stock show, stockyard photos, things like that, you can add those in. Just make sure that you do have the legal right to use those if you are using anybody else's pictures. After uploading those, you can go ahead and hit save and continue. So now we are in kind of the navigation part of it, and you can change your pages. You come with 3 predetermined pages: your company profile, your about me, and your contact us. before we're done with this class, I'll show you that at the end of the class how to add more pages here, and you can change these around and customize them. But here, if you want them in a different list, maybe you wanted contact us ahead of company profile, all you have to do is click and drag and drop, make sure that they are in the order you want. Your search optimization, your page title here is whatever you want it to say across this top. This is on the About Us page. So I could have a page title with my name. The URL slugs, you can leave it About Us, or you can change that and type in your name here too. So you can see it changed from chumley.kw.com/about-us to my name. Your SEO description, you can type anything in here that you choose. I do suggest a couple things focusing on keywords. This is something that I had Scott Leroy put in for me. There's actually another statement I wrote out last night. It is actually going to go over the characters. So anyways, what I wrote out last night was to focus on keywords like buyers, sellers, investors, purchasing, a specific city like North Dallas area, Dallas-Fort Worth area. Focus on the word realtor. One more time. So yeah, you can see here, I've included the word realtor. I've included buyers, sellers, investors, purchase, sell, the North Dallas area. So the SEOs, when people, when your clients are on whatever Google search engine or whatever search engine they is of their preference, they're going to type in keywords. And if you have those here in your SEO, it's going to bring you naturally and organically higher in their searches if you do have your SEO descriptions. So again, we're just going to content here. You can change your intro paragraph right here if you wanted to change what that said. And then you can actually change all of these areas. So this is kind of just a little bio for my selling, best in class, what they can get from me. You can add up imagery, you can add headlines, your wording. Now for your footer, this is ready to find your dream home, and then kind of a little footer paragraph of how they can reach me. This goes on to the contact me page. Again, you can add in your search engine optimization here. You can, who am I? You can put in your name, whatever you're looking for. Again, your URL slugs, your SEO description, and then your content. Finish that. That is actually going to wrap up your agent sites. So once you go through all of that, you can go here, then you'll be able to come back here to your agent site page and see that those have been created for you if you had not done it before. If you have already done this once, I do not suggest going back through it like I just did, as it's going to delay the publishing of your site again. It really, every time you click on the Kelly guide to take you through your website, it will actually restart your website from scratch. So if you do have any editing that you need to do, you do need to edit that from up here at Site and App Settings. In the Site and App Settings, this is where you can change your domain, change your theme, change your site pages, any of that information we were talking about. You do want to change it from here, not from going back through the Kelly Guide again. So that's a quick overview of activating your agent website page. I do want to stop for just a couple minutes, take questions on that before we move on to creating single site landing pages and more site pages for your actual website. Does anybody have any questions right now on this first part of it?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
It's Marvella.
Marvella.
Okay, real quick. On your website, I noticed that your image is on the left-hand side right next to KW. How did you, and then your name, I think, is on the right-hand side. How did you get that on there? Because mine says the KW DFW preferred.
Okay, so you have a, that's going to be in your marketing settings. So if you go to your profile,
Okay.
and your market setting, your settings, I want to get to your marketing profile. So that's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. So anything that you want to adjust on your website that is digital, so it's a photo, it's social media links, any of that information, that's all editable here on your market profile page. So you must have a
It may be the team, because I saw that you had image under team logo.
Right.
So I don't have a team, so maybe it's that, how it's.
That might be where it's feeding from.
Because I just have my photo in there, the
Okay.
one right above that.
More than likely, yeah, that's probably where where you're seeing it is feeding from. I
Okay.
don't have a team logo either, and that's probably a space that is available and bookmarked for a team logo. But since I
Okay.
don't have one, I put my picture in here just to have it show up in more places.
Okay. So I'll try that and see if that works. Thank you.
Okay. And again, any of your photos, any of your information, especially down here on your social media, your legal footers, when you need to update those, that's all done here in your marketing profile.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Anybody else have any more questions on the actual agent sites? Okay. So let's go back to your sites applet here in Command, and we're going to do landing pages. So landing pages are single site pages that live out on the World Wide Web. Landing pages can be created for your individual listings. They can be created for events, for open houses, for seminars that you're doing. There's a plethora of the different things that you can have a landing page for. You can use landing pages in your advertising. You can use your landing pages out on your Facebook posts to get information from those social media posts that you have. So today I'm going to go ahead and create a open house landing page for a listing so that you can kind of see how that works and how the data flows. So in order to create a landing page, you're going to come up here and just create a new site. It's going to ask you, do you want it on your actual agent website or do you want a standalone page? 9 times out of 10, you're going to want it on a standalone page. You're not going to want it as an additional site or an additional page to your website out there. If you put every open house and every listing and event that you go to on your agent site, it's going to really clutter up your site. It's not going to be easy to toggle through your sites and easy flow for your clients to look at. So We're going to do a standalone page right now. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you.
So we just started on creating landing pages. So we're right now creating a standalone page, and we're going to create that page. And for today's demonstration, we're going to do an open house page. So once you get here, it is going to look very blank. The nice thing that Keller Williams has done is they have created these 9 widgets over here on the right-hand side that will really assist you in creating a landing page very quickly. So a couple of them are the agent branding and branded header. Your agent branding is going to be very large. It's going to take up a lot of real estate. If you're really not branding you and yourself or your business, I really would suggest the branded header. The branded header will still brand you, brand your company, brand your business, but it is much thinner on the top of the landing page. So I'm going to hover over this branded header, and I am going to click and drag it into this blank page over here to start my landing page. I'm going to drop it, and as you can see, it's going to drop my header right here. The next one, because this is an open house, what I want them to do next is give me their information. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to look for this lead form widget, and I'm going to come click on it and drag it in. If you see this little green line right underneath my header, that actually will indicate where I want this dropped. So if I want this dropped after my header, I can drop it here. If you scroll up, you'll notice that the green line goes ahead of my header, and this will put the lead form ahead of my header. So I want to make sure that it's down here, and I'm going to drop that in. Then I'm also going to come over and I'm going to drop in listing information. I don't want the page at the open house just to be all about information. It's what I can provide them too. So I'm going to click on the listing information, and I'm going to drop it in. Again, notice the green line above the form, or if I pull it down, you can see the green line below the form, and dropping it in, it will actually drop it in here underneath. The next thing, you can bring in a market snapshot if you're in one of those areas that does have a link to the next door neighborhood and you want to give a quick market snapshot. You can bring that in. You can. The last thing that you always want to bring in is going to be your legal footer. So I'm also going to click and I'm going to drag in my legal footer. I'm going to make sure that it's all the way down here at the bottom so that it drops in behind my listing information. So now that I have the listing all the widgets pulled in that I want to have to create this page, I'm going to now come over here and I'm going to configure the widgets. So this is where I enter the information into the widgets that I want to display. So as you can see, it'll list out the widgets that you have here. What you want to do is make sure that all of the information has green check marks before you continue. We're just going to start with our branded header. It does have my headshot, my name, my phone number, my email address, and you could do your team logo. Let me just check if I delete this and save and apply the changes. Really do much. It's not bringing over much here. So now I've got all of this information. I do not have a header text right here. So this is showing blank, but I am borrowing a listing from our office. So I'm going to type in welcome to 800. So I want to welcome to the open house. I'm going to click save and apply. And now you can see that header is up here. I've configured everything in here that I want. And Marzel, I did answer your question when I deleted the team logo here. My picture on the left side over here did disappear.
Oh, okay.
So now I've got my header the way I want it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to use this right arrow to go to my next widget. The header down here says interested, let's talk. Well, I really don't want to talk about that specific house, but what I do want them to do is please sign in. You can save and apply that, and you can see now that's actually changed as well. Oh. Yep, let's just try going out of that. What? Okay, there we go. I deleted something in that by clicking over here and trying to highlight that. So don't click into here. More than likely because I clicked on this and did something wrong of trying to highlight it for you. It's now deleted that part of the widget, and I would have to start this over if I was actually publishing this page. So great lesson learned. Going to the third widget, which is your listings widget, you can actually come over here and browse listings. If it is in the Keller Williams listing services, it will pull up your listing. And here's the listing that I'm borrowing from our office. When adding in the listing, it will always default to the first picture in the series. If you do want the image to be of a different shot, maybe the kitchen, or maybe it's got a great backyard, something that you want to feature, you can always change which picture that you're wanting to look at. All pictures will be displayed down in the carousel, and I will show you all that in a second. So you can see the house, the picture of the house has changed, the actual address has changed, and all of your MLS information will feed directly in. So this is specific to this listing. This is actually what the listing agent has written about the property. And here is going to be the carousel of all the pictures that are coming over from MLS. So it makes it really simple and easy to get all of this detail into your landing page, including your map. So once you are done with that page, already saved and applied, so we want to go to our legal footer. We want to make sure your DBA logo is your Market Center logo, not Keller Williams. Make sure that all of your contact information is correct down here on your footer. And you want to save and apply. And once you've got all of that done, you can save the landing page or you can publish the page. So I'm just going to go ahead and publish it right now. I can delete it earlier or later. So this is actually, and I did miss one step of renaming it. So this is just a detail or a default of what it's going to name. If you don't, and I do not know if you can. Yes, if you go back to edit, you can come up here and rename your page. So if I wanted to name it Open House 800. So this is where I can rename that and go back to save landing or publish landing page. And now the name will actually come and tell me what this page is. In this is your URL. So once you are maybe at your open house, you have your tablet device. open a new page. You can take this URL and copy the link address, copy it into your URL, and here will be your actual landing page that you can hand on your tablet to your guests as they walk in to fill out their names. So if you do this and you do this in agent sites, when your guest comes in and they fill out I'm running out of Disney characters, guys. Sorry. I think I've already used Mickey. Let's do Goofy. See, once they fill in their information, click on that they're not a robot and send that information. Oh. And it wants a valid email address. We'll say thank you for submitting your information. And when you come back to command after your open house and come into your contacts, you can search one of two ways. You can search by last contacted and click on that, and Goofy will be right here on your last contacted. And or if you have a smart view set up, it looks like there's an error on that right now, but I do have a smart view set up for just my leads, and it'll bring up just the leads in my contacts and my contact cards. So all of your open house will be up here right at the top. Any questions regarding single site pages? Anything that I can help specifically on? Or
I have one question. Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, so I went in there and I did my configure the widgets, except I accidentally brought over listing twice.
Okay.
And I can't seem to delete it.
What I would probably do is start over. Let's see if we can play with that real quick. I don't know. Bring over the lead form. Bring over the lead form again. Don't know that there is a way to delete that.
Okay.
So what I would do is just come out, and you don't want to save them. Say no. Oh, yes, you want to move. Go on, and then right. And so moving forward, you could just come in and create another page. That page would disappear, not moving any forward with it.
Okay.
Once you get done with this and it is on your landing page, you can come in and delete or deactivate the page. So say this was an open house, I was going to do it this weekend, and after this weekend, I didn't want that page to be published out there any longer. I can come in here and deactivate it. You want to say yes. And now your toggle switch over here on status will not be open, and this will not be valid anymore. So if you actually wanted to go back to it, it would say page not available because I've now deactivated that page and no one can get to it. If you do make a mistake, you can also just come and delete it. If you decide, oh, I wanted to reactivate this for another open house the following week, It's as easy as coming back in and reactivating the same open house page. Everybody liking this so far? Give me some feedback. What do you think you can use this for to help your business?
Hey, Christy, it's Arnold. I think it's playing with it a little bit. I saw also the option for a video. So, you know, bomb, but also you could use this in a more economical way, I guess.
Yes, absolutely can. If you wanted to send it out to multiple people, and you're actually right on track, and it's a great lead in if nobody else seems to have questions. And as I was going to show next, how you can do a landing page with video. So we will move right along to adding video to these if nobody has any other questions. Okay, so again, adding an additional landing page. You want to create a new landing site. You want to create it as a standalone page again, but this time we're going to create one for a maybe first time home buyer seminar, which is the example I was taught on. So you can come in here and add your branded header like we did before. But this time we're going to come in and we're going to grab the video widget. We're going to pull the video widget over. And then after the video widget, you do always want to make sure that you have a lead form to capture information, and you want your legal footer. So now I've kind of created this page. I've got my header, my video, my lead capture, and my legal footer. So for that, now we're going to go ahead and create the widgets. Same process. You're going to start with your branded header. And maybe on this one, we're going to add in this text here. Learn more about the home. Oh, and I ran out of space. So let's try. This. You have a character limit over here. You can see maximum of 30 characters. So be mindful of that when you're typing in. We'll go there. Save and apply. We want to move down to our video. Here, you can add in the verbiage that you want for your header. So right now we've changed the headline here to say, it will update. It might be. It is not saving and applying. This I went back and not giving me an error. Watch more about what presenting during the home diary. Because I don't know why it's not updating or letting me change this video. Once you put in your headline, your description, one thing I do want to let you know right now, using a video URL is the only option. The upload video does not seem to be working right now. I tried a couple of them, and whether my videos were too big or bad connections, but it did not work. So you do want to use your URL video. You can have a video out there anywhere on that is public, whether that be YouTube, Dropbox, Google Drive, and you do want to add that video right here. Let me see if I can. Grab a video right. Grab one of Roy's show. Ones. This. So, okay, it looks like on the video that it does not like to save and apply as you go through. It does want you to have all information in before you actually apply it. So we've uploaded the video here, and we are moving on to your header conversation. Again, we probably wouldn't want interested, let's talk, maybe something about to attend, please register. Save and apply. And then our legal footer. Have all of our social media links in here, our logo, all of our contact information. Save and apply. And then I can publish this page here, or I can save it for later editing. Name it. So I'm going to save the landing page. Yes, I want to save it. And then here it has not been published yet. It will come here to your URL. It will stay as a draft. To actually come back in here, you'll need to edit the page. And then at that time, if you come back in with any other edits, then you can publish the page at that time. Publish it out to the World Wide Web. Here's your actual URL link. And when you share this on Facebook or any of your other marketing mediums, when they click on your link, this was where it will bring them. So anybody have any questions about using video or how that works?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So do you have to have your web page configured before you do the landing page?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, no. No, you do not. You do not have to have a web page configured before you do a landing page. Landing pages are single site pages, and they do not have anything to do with your actual agent website.
Okay.
So you do not, those are not tied together, and you do not have to have one before the other. Good question.
Is the information captured on a landing page emailed to you?
It is actually sent directly into your command. So I did an example earlier. I can do another one here. We can do
Sorry.
that. Um, once you click robot and if send, Once you come back here to your contacts, you can search for them one of two ways, by last contacted and here, or if you have a smart view set up for your leads, it will automatically mark it as a lead as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any additional questions on single site landing pages? Okay. The next thing that I want to do, and I've got just a few minutes to do it, is show you how to turn this first-time home buyer single landing page into actually a additional page on your website. So we've already created the single side landing page. We're going to come back down here to sites. And this time we're actually going to go to your agent site and pages. And we're going to create a new one here. And instead of this time going to a standalone page, you're actually going to create an additional page on your website. So these are a little bit more tricky. They're a little different. They do take a little bit more of finagling and finessing some of the wording, some of the contents. I highly recommend coming over and playing with these widgets. You can see that the widgets have changed from the single site landing page to an actual agent website page. They do have your agent profile, team, contact information. You can do a testimonial carousel, testimonial list, company profile, testimony capture form if you're wanting to send out for reviews. And all of the information is editable in here. So what I want to show you is we're going to come over and the agent profile actually has the most form blanks to fill out form and recreate the page. So I'm going to pull the agent profile over first. And then of course I want to get contact. So I'm going to bring over my contact form next. So now I have an agent profile and I have a contact form. So in this, we're just going to kind of manipulate this a little bit to create what we want to have as a home buyer seminar page on our actual website. So no photo available. Actually come in and configure these widgets. You can bring in your headshot here and bring in my headshot, my name, company enroll, builder. You can bring in information. So here I would like to maybe, instead of changing the page title, I would, and with my name, maybe I'd put first time home buyer seminar here. Instead of kind of my role and title, I would put presented by Family Realty Group. The preferred. Your bio down here. Maybe I'll put what you, and then for my description down here, time, contact information, and save and apply. And see, now you can see that it's going to have my picture. It's going to have first time home buyer seminar, a little snippet about that, what they can expect. It still has my contact information. And now when I go to the second page, I'm going to paste this in here and a little snippet down here in the message box. Instead of it saying, are you looking to buy or sell? I'm going to ask them what seminar they want to come to. Five. For a little bit. So now when I come down here to contact us, it says, please register below for your seminar. Please let us know which seminar you prefer and maybe a list of a couple seminars I'm providing. And now I've changed this from agent information to a registration page for a home buyer seminar. And save all these changes. I do want to save it. Now it's going to list here as a home buying seminar, but you'll see it's not actually activated. So when you come over to site and app settings, site pages, it'll actually give you a list of pages that are active. So it has Christy Chumley, who am I, contact me. You'll want to add another page. Add a new page. You'll want to title it Home Buyers Seminar. Again, use a slug. And a description, again, making sure that you're using key search words. And then you'll want to select the page. You select the page, come over here and find the page that you've created. Continue. And you'll want to save the changes there. And then you'll see once this is loaded, that new page becomes Home Buyer Seminar. And when you come out here to my website, in the drop-down menu, now I've got another page called Home Buyer Seminar. So that is how you create a additional page to your website. Now, if I came in here and clicked on this home buying seminar page, and I came over here to delete the page, it does delete immediately. Just so you know, it does not ask you, are you sure? It doesn't remind you, but when you hit delete page, it's gone. And when I come to refresh my page now, there's no page there. All right, so that's an hour for today. I've left some extra time for questions. Do we like this? Do we think it's easy? Do we think this is going to be part of our business? And how can it benefit y'all?
I like it. Thank you very much.
Who on the class thinks that they can go out and create a landing page from today's class?
Me?
Me? Okay, well, I'm here to help if y'all need anything. I hope y'all found this very valuable. I think the more landing pages you get out there on your social media, on your marketing, it can really benefit you in capturing your traffic directly into command. So I really hope this is something that all of y'all really enjoyed. And let me know if y'all like doing these Zoom calls, if it's more convenient for y'all to do them at home to where you can just link in. This is kind of our test to see if we are going to continue with the Zoom calls or if we're not. So please give me your feedback if you like today's call. Any other questions before we end today's seminar?
Christy, I got a quick question. I don't know if it's quick. I've been playing with the widgets a little bit, and one of them is the testimonials, right?
Yes.
And every time I try to do something with it, you have to have a list with the testimonials or try to find a list of some kind. When you create a page to capture testimonials, right? Will that automatically fit into that said list, or you have to do something different for that?
I have not actually played around with the that widget yet, but I will put it on my list and let me see if I can figure out the answer to your question.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or anything else I can research for any of y'all that y'all are having issues with regarding your sites or your landing pages? All right. Okay, so we will go ahead and end the call for today. And I'm so happy that all of y'all joined us.